Hello there. Today's topic is definitely something that's close to heart because it's something that I've gone through. But what I'd like to talk about is why INFPs would make a great career in learning and development. You probably think I'm biased by what I'm about to tell you. I used to be in learning and development and I absolutely loved it. And I still think if it wasn't for the documentaries and the entertainment stuff that I love to do, it would be the next thing that I would continue to do. And most likely I'd love to take up freelancing in it because I just absolutely have passion for learning and development. But anyway, I digress. That's about myself, of course. More on about INFPs in general. Now, the one thing I've discovered is we love to experiment. No joke about it. Why? This is probably because when we have that introvertedness overtake us, we tend to like to retreat back to our caves, learn a lot of things, and begin experimentation. Now, I don't mean experimentation on animals or humans, but I mean from the stuff we've learned. Now, funny enough, the reason why I brought up this topic is I was just thinking back to some of the training sessions I did previously and why I got into the field. I remember my mentor and manager, Mr. Fritz Bangert. He was very different to the other learning and development managers and leaders that I saw around me. Funny enough, he was the boss of them all. But maybe you could share this, and maybe you've been through this before, but a lot of learning and development facilitators, they're damn boring. Seriously, let's be honest. I mean, sometimes when you enter these trainings, you really enter a snooze fest. And don't get me started about those workshops that last 2 days. Yeah, well, you can imagine, right? Sat there, drinking lots of coffee, answering emails, going out, back and forth. Yeah, you've probably been through that. Well, this is what I think, and there's something wrong here. Anyway, moving back to INFPs. One thing I discovered about my boss was he didn't follow the book as many learning and development specialists did. He tended to have his own style, and he tended to freestyle a lot. And this really touched my heart. Again, it showed you don't have to follow the book when you do learning and development. Now, where am I going with this topic? Sadly, in the last 5 to 6 years, probably after 2009, which is longer, a lot of the companies around the world cut down on staff, and we all know which department is the first department that's going to get it when cuts happen. That's learning and development. However, learning and development is still valid. People still need to develop. And a lot of people, if you give them a chance, they will not develop. And this is sad because one thing I've noticed about companies, especially the companies I've worked for, you need to have people that always bring something new to the table every day. Because it's a fast-changing world. We often find ourselves sat doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. And we think to ourselves, why is there no opportunities? Why are we not getting promoted? Why are we not moving forward? Well, what are you doing to move the company forward? What are we doing to move the company forward? Nothing. Yet some of us read and read and read. And we learn so much. But somehow, due to certain insecurities, or maybe the system itself, maybe the company, we don't move things forward. INFPs love to experiment. And one thing I noticed was, in situations like I just described, this is where we come in. Why? Well, when there's no money, what do? You have to be very, very creative, innovative. See, innovation is not, the latest gadgets, AI, none of that. It's about making a system or something faster, or taking something and enhancing it. So the thing is, you can actually do a lot of things for free. Just got to put the mind to work. And that's the reason why, when there's no money, most of the personality types who are more traditional and don't like to think out of the box, and that's only due to the way their brain is wired. It's not something where I would put them to a fault. But this is where you bring the people who are creative. And we need people like INFPs to really change the world with their experimentative ideas and the ingenuity that they can bring to the table. The only thing is they end up being put into situations where they either don't like the job or they're seen as too emotional or whatever weaknesses INFPs are perceived to be. But I think as well at the same time, because we're very people focused and we love to see people develop, we love to see people grow, I just think it's a beautiful mix. So the INFPs that are watching this video right now, what do you think? Are you a young INFP? Are you like in your early to mid 20s? Are you probably in your late teens? Have you considered this is something you like to do? Do you like to take time out and experiment? Do you like to share things? I'd love to hear your feedback.